Are you a researcher working on next generation solar cells? Would you like to know how to massively speed up your research with advanced characterization and simulation? Then keep watching to see how Fluxim's tools can support your work. There are several thin film PV technologies that could potentially break through, but all of them have to overcome similar challenges. How do you improve the device efficiency to make them competitive with the existing commercial technologies? How can you achieve and validate thousands of hours of stable operation? And after working through these problems at the lab scale, how do you maintain the same performances on a large area solar cell? Fluxim has developed a number of proven tools that can help you tackle these challenges. Scientific tools that are trusted by renowned institutions and enable high-impact papers. So let's look at your first challenge. How do you improve device efficiency? First, you'll want to understand what's happening in your device and how the parameters are affecting the device power conversion efficiency. You can do this through time-consuming trial and error experiments, or you can save time by simulating the device. Once you've finished with the design and you've fabricated the device, you'll need to characterize it by various techniques. Finally, you'll need to analyze the collected data with a tool to extract meaningful values for the key parameters of your solar cell. If you want to have a better understanding of the operational mechanisms of your solar cell via simulations, our software SETFOS can surely help you. With SETFOS, you can design your device and optimize the different parameters with regard to device performance. Let's have a look at some examples. You could simulate how photons are absorbed and converted into free charges while propagating through the complex stack that forms the solar cell. The contribution of the different layers to the total absorption can be predicted to reduce parasitic absorption at the different wavelengths of solar radiation. These images show that an optical simulation with SETFOS is not just limited to planar devices. You can also evaluate the photocurrent enhancement due to arbitrary interface textures, which is used for the assessment of light trapping effects on solar cell efficiency. SETFOS provides a fast track to the design and optimization of different types of tandem solar cells. You can use the software to gain insights into your Perovskite silicon tandem solar cell or your OPV tandem. You can even combine optical and electrical simulation to observe the main characteristics of your cell before performing actual experiments. The JV characteristics are then used to extract the key photovoltaic parameters, VOC, MPP and JSC. Optoelectrical simulation of perovskite solar cells is also possible with SETFOS by including the effect of mobile ions. Let's now move to the second required stage in the development of your solar cell, the characterization of the device. But why do we need to consider this as a challenge? Well, to truly understand the complexities of your solar cell, it's advisable to perform DC, AC and transient characterizations. Traditionally, this requires setting up several instruments, which is time consuming and leads to systematic measurement errors. Sure, you can calibrate the setup, but calibrations of different instruments are rarely the same, which makes the comparison between the experiments potentially unreliable. Fluxim has resolved these limitations by integrating a number of characterizations into a single instrument called PIOS. PIOS comes with a probe station and the full system is calibrated down to the probe tip to assure trusted collection of experimental data. You'll get consistent measurements and move from the initial implementation of the measurement through to the preparation of the final graph within the PIOS software. With PIOS, you can perform a set of pre-installed experiments, or you can define your own tests. Characterizations can be performed in DC, AC, transient voltage and current, in dark or under different light intensities. Once you've collected your experimental data, it's important to extract the device parameters with a suitable model. This can be either a simplified analytical model or a comprehensive numerical approach that's considering the true material stack in your solar cell. Both SETFOS and PIOS can help you with analysing your experimental data. Within the PIOS software, you can fit the data with the integrated fitting routines. Experiments from different devices can be easily compared, and the key results can be sorted out for final publication. With SETFOS, the experimental characteristics can be fitted with true physical models, taking into account the contribution of the different materials. Simulations by the physical model can reproduce large sets of measured data. Thus you'll gain a better understanding of the different physical mechanisms that are governing the operation of your solar cell. Improving solar cell efficiency is not the only challenge. Solar cells need to be stable under light exposure and atmospheric conditions. To understand the device degradation, it's necessary to exclude changes in all external parameters that could affect the solar cell. You do that with a setup that controls the different variables of the experiment. The solutions we proposed are called Litos and Litos Lite. These two systems are accomplishing similar tasks, but there are several differences between them to accommodate a wider range of needs. Litos Lite is a parallel JV and stability measurement platform specifically for solar cells. This system can perform parallel JV measurements at different temperature and stress the solar cells with either constant voltage or current. Individual MPP tracking is also possible on each of the devices. Each sample holder is custom made and allows you to seal your samples in a glove box and take them out without air exposure. Illumination is provided by an external solar simulator, which adds flexibility to the setup. Litos is a stability lifetime measurement system with 32 independent stressing channels distributed over 4 chambers. Each chamber has independent sensors and internal LED illumination. The advantage here is that the conditions in each chamber can be controlled independently. We've also designed Litos to be paired with PIOS for advanced analysis during the device degradation. The cell is stressed by Litos, and at a selected time a routine of characterizations is performed by PIOS. This unique combined setup will provide you with valuable insights to understand the degradation mechanisms of your PV device. Once you've developed an efficient, stable solar cell at lab scale, you'll be thinking about how to scale up. But with an increase in dimensions, often comes a decrease in efficiency. Before you waste time with trial and error fabrication, you can use a simulation software to understand how the dimensions impact the performance of your device. Our solution is the simulation software LAUS. LAUS has 3 modules to perform electrical, electrothermal and optical simulations that can help validate the performance of your scaled up device. The electrical module of LAUS is a solver based on the finite element method. This module simulates the potential and current distribution in large area solar cells to help you optimize their layout. From the output of a LAUS simulation, you can evaluate how the key parameters of your solar cell depend on the electrode layout, their dimensions and position. You can use the software to analyze the effect of shading on your large-scale device, or to understand how many cells you should connect in a module to get a specific output. The electrical module of LAUS can be coupled to the thermal module. This will provide you with insights into how temperature affects the characteristics of your solar cell. For example, LAUS can give you a better understanding of the IR images of your solar panel, which are used to detect resistive shunts. Finally, the optical module of LAUS can help you if you're working with concentrators or micro lenses. You could simulate lighting coupling in solar cells, functionalized by 3D optical elements. And you can use LAUS with SETFOS to understand how these elements are modifying the electro-optical characteristics of your cell. So wherever you are in this cycle of solar cell development, Fluxim can provide the tools that boosts your R&D. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to know more about each tool, please watch our product videos or visit our website at fluxim.com.